Great. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our second veteran grant workshop. We're so glad you're all here tonight. And what we'd like to do, because last week we didn't have that much time, so we went quickly through everybody's name. But tonight we would like to, again, if you could do it pretty quick would be great, but just tell us who you are, your business, and what it is your business does. And I'll just go through the list I have if you want to just unmute yourself then when I call your business. So first, I have Aiden M and Company. Is Rahima here? Okay. I don't see that she is here. She may check in a little bit. And I Like It Too, Erica.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, my camera. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Sorry, lighting's kind of bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to do.
Oh, just name of your business and what it is you do.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. My name's Erica McKim. I own And I Like It Cheesecakes. What we are is a low carb, keto friendly, gluten-free treat company. But what makes us different besides other keto companies throughout the United States is we make our own proprietary all natural sweetener blend that makes us unique.
Great. And thanks for making cheesecake healthy. Okay. Next, we have Apollo Ed Learning Solutions. Shauna, are you here? Some may still be logging in. We'll go on to Beyond Beauty Boutique. Kishma, are you here? Okay. Next, we'll move on to Bibby's Nail Bar.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elma. I own BB's Nail Bar. It's a nail salon that provides services such as manicures, pedicures, gel extensions, acrylic extensions. We are starting off as a nail salon, but I will be looking into expanding into other beauty services in the future, such as lash extensions and probably massages. I'm not sure just yet, but that's just where we're at the moment. Currently still trying to put the shop together and just, I guess, go from there. Hopefully we can be up and running by the end of July. I would like for everybody here to come. This is not an official invitation, but I would still like for you guys to be there. But yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, CBD Relief Wellness Wagon, Gilda. Okay. Jeremy, are you here?
I am. Hi, how are you doing?
Great. I want to hear more about your business.
Yes. So I am owner, co-founder of Share Me Wine. We are a Texas wine brand, so 100% Texas grown, Texas made. Our grapes are grown here in the state of Texas, and we make our wine here in Texas. Texas wine region is an up and coming wine region. People don't really realize, but we make a lot of wine here in Texas. And Share Me Wine is doing things differently. A lot of Texas wineries are focused on those beautiful tasting rooms, and hopefully one day we'll get there. No, we will get there one day. Building these beautiful tasting rooms and growing their vines right there. But the world of wine is huge, and Share Me Wine is doing things differently, where we are focusing on shipping our wine outside of the state. We had our first wine September of 2021. And as of today, we are 50% of our sales are outside the state of Texas, and we have 3 wines that we released. We're about to release our 4th, and our 5th is in the barrel. So we're doing some awesome fun things.
Great, thank you, and congratulations. All right, Gilda, I'm sorry if I didn't hear anything from you, so I moved on, but if you want to go now.
Sorry about that. I'm not sure why my computer blocked me. But anyway,
no.
I own CBD Relief. We are a CBD retail company, but we mostly focus on education. We spend a lot of time teaching our employees to be CBD coaches, to explain to the public what CBD is, what it does for you, etc. We've been in business since 2017. We actually have one location on the northwest side of San Antonio off of 1604 in Bandera. It's called the Wellness Wagon by CBD Relief. And we also do the farmers market circuit. The main farmers market where we're at every weekend is Bandera Market off of the same shopping center. And the market is open 10 to 5 Saturdays and 11 to 5 on Sundays. And it is a farmers market. We own that one as well. So I would love for you guys to come on down to the farmers market or to the CBD store and check us out any weekend. Oh, by the way, the store is open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 9. We also do same day home delivery.
Great, thank you. All right, CKH Coaching.
Hey, yep, I'm Caroline Hirschbach, and my business is CKH Coaching, and I help women veterans find new belonging and gain a seat at the table in their post-military careers. I do that through coaching and a specialized program, which I am currently developing.
Great, thank you. And again, congratulations to all of you. We're excited for all of you. All right, next, Lisa Bass, Combat Boots Jewelry.
Hi, hey Caroline. I'm Lisa Bass. I own Combat Boots Jewelry. And all the proceeds from Combat Boots, and I don't know if you can see a little bit right there, we can be found at combatbootsjewelry.com, but all the proceeds go to a program called Inner Boots, and it's started out with sexual assault prevention and recovery strategies. And so I like to say, you know, we need a way to represent that we wore the boots too. So I actually had taken the logo from this program and turned them into boots and got 3 trademarks on it. So I know we serve our country and we serve our branch, but we earned our boots. So that's Lisa Bass at combatbootsjewelry.com.
Great, thank you, Lisa. Catherine Owen.
Hi, I am Catherine Owen. I'm based out of San Antonio. My business is called Coruscant Productions. That's just more of a working name. What we actually do, it's myself and my husband. We're both veterans, but what we're trying to do is set up a cyber training program to introduce kind of top tier or higher level training to help CEOs and people like that understand cyber issues and how to prevent some of the problems that people are having in the corporate world.
Great, thank you. Lisa Crawford Thomas. Other Lisa? Okay, we'll go on. Shay, I think I saw your name.
Hi, this is Shay Jackson with Dace Cyber Solutions. We are a information security, or what most people know as a cybersecurity company that assists small and mid-sized businesses with risk management and security awareness training. We specialize in HIPAA compliance, the security rule, especially, and after having a wonderful talk with Miss Christina, may potentially offer CMMC consultation as well for government contractors.
Great. Okay, Christine Walker, I know you're here. She is.
Hi, Christine Walker here. I'm the owner of Double Duck Publishing and At Ease Veterans Magazine. We're a national quarterly subscription magazine, and so far we're doing great. We came out in the spring, summer, and now we're working on our fall issue. So I'll put my contact info in there if you guys want it in the chat, that is.
Great, thank you, Christine. All right, Anne Marie Carnes. Anne Marie. Okay, Teresa.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can
Okay,
hear you.
so
It was all staticky or.
well, we're way out in the country too.
Oh.
So I own Del Rey Lavender Farm. We're a little farm 45 minutes south of San Antonio, Texas, and we're open to the public for lavender U-picks. We sell lavender plants and herbs and lots of flowers, and people come into our farm gift shop. They purchase the essential oils and the hydrosols that we distill in our copper still. And it's just something that I read about in an article and I thought we can do this. And my husband's my helper, even though he's working full-time job, but we're both military veterans. He's actually retired from the Air Force and I served in the Army. So I just am so appreciative of you guys helping us get this going a little bit further. So thank you.
Oh, you bet. Thank you. We're excited for you too. So there's so many places here now as we travel that we're going to need to stop and visit. Okay, Teresa, are you here? The Proto Squad, are you here? Almost was like I could hear some static again. Okay. Judith, I know you're here. Estrada.
Okay. Hi, I'm Judith Estrada Garcia. I'm retired from the Marine Corps, 25 years. And now I use all that Marine Corps skill to be an artist and a curator. And I organize and host art exhibitions that are international. I always support my veterans, current military, and their families and friends, well, mostly families, to have their artwork shown to the world and to possibly have their artwork sold and bought by collectors. And that is what I do now. It's my passion, it's my love. I've been up and running since 2019, January 2nd. COVID was a little bit of a problem for me because people needed to spend their money in other things, which is totally appropriate and understandable. Now people are more wanting to invest more money into art because it's spiritually, emotionally, and it's gratifying after having been coped up because of COVID. And so I support all my veterans, my women veterans. I love you. They're my sisters. And if you ever want to submit your artwork of your family, let me know. That's what I do. I'm an art agent, art curator, artist. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Deanna. I see you there, Deanna.
Hi. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. I'm still trying to figure out how to use the Zoom.
Oh, we can see you.
Okay. So I'm Deanna. I'm a Navy veteran. I'm a mom of 4. And I decided to start a lingerie store, basically like a Victoria's Secret for plus size women. When I finished a coding class, I realized that there was not a lot of stock photos of curvy women, fuller women. So I got the idea to start a real business after I took that coding class with InPower. And so during COVID, when everybody was locked up and shut in, I bought myself a sewing machine, an embroidery machine, and I taught myself to sew. And so my dream now is to one day be able to produce my own line of lingerie.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
I love how you did all that. All right, Jennifer, Brass Ovaries.
Hello. Yeah, I'm with Rastoveries. We're an internationally known pole art and aerial studio here out of Austin, Texas. We've been in business since 2007, and right now we have about 5 U.S. Pole Sport Federation judges that work for us, and we're hoping to move pole sport to the Olympics, and that's been like about a decade's worth of work that we've invested, but just helping everybody learn pole and like get out there and get active, because I know after I got out of the military I never wanted to work out again, and for me, like pole and X are primate traits that we still have left over from atypical padding and startle reflex. So neurologically everybody's a pole dancer anyways, so it gets people really happy.
Great, thank you. All right, Taylor.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Taylor Navarre. I am the owner of Navarre Family Company. We're located in Dallas, Texas. We are a facility that houses an event center, a photography studio, and a recording studio. We're really just there as community support. During COVID, I know a lot of people were able to be a little bit creative and things like that. So just having a space for them to actually practice their craft and just get better and more professional at what they do, and even celebrate great times and moments is what we're all about.
Great, so glad you're here. All right, Leslie.
Hey everybody, I'm Leslie. I own North Texas Voice and Speech, and we are a medical-based speech language pathology company that specializes in voice and swallowing disorders. So that means we help anybody who has had stroke, TBI, Parkinson's disease, ALS, COVID survivors, transgender, and a lot of singers. I was a singer in the military, in the Army. So I love to help out my singers. So we're based out of Allen. Good to be here.
Great, thank you, Leslie. Julie James.
Hi, y'all. I'm Julie James. My business is Playable Media. I'm a Denton-based business. And at Playable Media, we do game design, online learning, and immersive experiences for nonprofit organizations, specifically who have a health impact mission. And then my signature service at juliejames.com is helping small business owners and entrepreneurs with business strategy and ideation, tech stack automation, workflow efficiency, and online learning. And so that's what I've been growing mostly, is that service to help other small businesses like y'all be able to work more efficiently and have more time to do what y'all do best. So. Oh,
Right.
and let me introduce my otter.ai bot. It's I wish that it was a little otter picture, but I also have service-connected disability and I have hearing loss, and so my transcription bot jumps in so that I can record and review our audio. Thanks.
Okay, great. I wasn't sure what that was, but I thought it was really neat when I clicked on it last time. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, so, and I'm happy to share the notes. It just jumps in on all my Zoom meetings, and then I just keep or dump whichever ones that I want to keep. So.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Julie. Okay, RDA Fitness. Okay. All right, Carmen, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
There she is.
Hello, my business is Recruit to Work Employment Services, and what it is for permanent placement employment. And my strategy is to decrease the unemployment rate amongst veterans by putting veterans back to work. So I partner with companies like a third-party recruiter, to make it simple. But thank you so much for the opportunity and for the grant. It really helps.
Good. Again, congratulations to you and everybody here.
Thank
All
you.
right, Cassie, you are next, but I know you have some sound issues.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Cassie Warren. I own Revive Coffee. And practically I bought a place and I'm trying to start a coffee shop out of it. And I want to give all my proceeds away eventually to nonprofits, local nonprofits, and specifically I'd like to help victims of sex trafficking or human trafficking. So.
Great, thank you. All right, we have the other Julie. I saw her name.
Hello, everybody. I'm Julie Pierre-Louise. I am the owner of Solace by Jules. What my business is, it was actually founded on a friend who was dying from breast cancer. And I created bags that had everything she would need for her chemotherapy visits. And from that, it just kind of evolved into an exclusive tote line where I make custom tote bags full of gifts for family members and friends. So if you ever need a custom bag, or if you know somebody that's interested in custom bags with gifts and everything, what I like to do is put the thoughtfulness back in gift giving. So just come to me if you need anything. And thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this amazing platform. And I thank you again for the grant.
Oh.
This is Julie, and I'm done speaking.
Thank you, Julie. Sylvia. I know she was here.
And I'm just talking and still muted.
Hello,
everyone. We'll start over. Hello, everyone. I'm Sylvia Johnson, owner of True Believers Cane Corso. We breed cane corsos. We actually live in Frisco, Texas. My husband and I are both military. I did 25 years. He did 30. And then this is something we enjoy doing. We breed them, we deliver them, or we ship them all over the United States. And just a couple of weeks ago, we got a call from one of the VFWs, and they was trying to raise money for a veteran who needed treatment. And it was like $1,500. So they asked, will we donate a puppy? And we donated a puppy to them, and they raised, I think, over $22,000 for this vet to have this surgery. And so that was our recent hoorah for veterans. So thank you again for allowing us to be a part of this community. And thank you so very much for what you did for all of us.
Oh, thank you. That was wonderful. What the puppy brought in.
Yes, it was. It was.
Okay, Nancy. Vega. There she is.
Hi, I'm Nancy Vega of United Phoenix Designs. I'm a Navy veteran, retired after 28 years. And my husband's also a retired Navy veteran. I have a design manufacturing type business out of my home. It's a small single operator. And basically I learned how to sew when I was young, and through my military moves and our moves the last 20 years, I've always decorated our own home by sewing window treatments and pillows and bedding, and had a lot of requests from other people who liked my work. So last year I was working to launch the business, and of course COVID just sidetracked me a little bit. And instead of making the draperies, I was making a lot of masks for people. And after a few months, when the real factories making masks started making them by the millions, I knew I could step back and I didn't have to donate so much anymore or sell my masks. And I went back to my primary focus, which is window treatments, bedding, pillows, and cushions. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be part of this grant community. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. That was great. Okay, Shauna.
Hi guys, my name is Shauna. I'm the owner of Apollo Ed Learning Solutions. After getting out of the military, I became a teacher, and I've been in the classroom or teaching for about 15 years now. Just left the classroom to do this, so just actually started my business this year. I am developing a platform that is going to align professional learning goals with professional learning, because right now you have your goals, you have your professional learning, they're on different islands. Sometimes they're not aligned. And I'm working really hard to make sure that they're aligned for schools so that we can help with educational reform, but we're also building training for corporations as well. So once the platform gets up, then we'll work with corporations to help build their performance measures and then create training that's wrapped around those performance measures. So I'm excited to be here, and thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, you bet. Okay, is there anybody else then that we didn't get yet? Okay.
Yes, this is Rahima.
Oh.
It might
Hello,
work better if you turn off the video and just do the sound, especially if you're in your car. Yep, try that.
Okay, so my name is Rahima with Aiden and Company. I am doing business as Remy Photography. So we are a branding photography company. So we're helping companies because since 2020 happened, a lot of companies have learned the importance of being online. So everybody's trying to create content and have a presence online. So we help companies take pictures for companies to have that online presence and online content. So I'm based in Houston, Texas, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity to grow my business and be a part of this group of women and hear all the amazing things that they're doing. So thank you so much.
Oh, you bet. Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Okay, well, we will then go ahead and get started on our program. And we know many of you already know this person. So I am happy to introduce Christina Mortel. She is a U.S. Army veteran and business consultant with Texas Veterans Commission Veteran Entrepreneur Program. She is the host of Texas Veterans Mean Business podcast, which features veteran business owners and their startup stories. Connect with Christina. You can connect with her on LinkedIn. So Christina, we're so glad to have you here tonight.
Thanks for having me. And I'm really excited to be here. And I'm thrilled that I know about a third of you, and I'm so excited for the entire group. So congratulations on winning this grant. I think it's fabulous, and I can't wait to hear how you're going to use this funding to advance your business. And of course, I love to hear the success stories, as Tracy mentioned. And I would love to have you on the podcast too. And if the time is right, or when the time is right, I'd love to feature you. I've done that already with a couple of you, and it's a good mechanism to use on maybe on your social media to get the word out, even if it's just a snippet or something to help promote yourself. And so I'm excited to be part of this group. And I want to thank Texas Women's University for inviting us to participate as partners. And speaking of partners, I think last week all of you met Anna Baker. So Anna is our program manager. And I think she gave you the high level. Yeah, I hope that you all know that there's 4 of us on our team. I know that there's many of you from around the state. I cover the North Texas region. And of course, we have Maggie in Houston, Greg in Austin and Rio Grande Valley. And then Anna also covers rural areas. And so collectively, we try to counsel all veteran small businesses and their family members who are interested in starting businesses as well. So I'm excited to be here with you. And tonight we're going to talk about establishing a B.A.I.L network. And some of you, I tried to take notes of all the businesses that are here, and you've all started at different times. So some of this content may seem like, oh, Christine, I already know this. And that's great if you do, because right on if you do. And if you're doing this, I'm very proud of you already. So tonight we're going to talk about establishing a B.A.I.L network and the importance of doing that. Here, so I'm going to make this, Tracy, I'm going to make these the entire size of this for the slideshow. Does that help? I don't know if it does, but can you still see my slides all right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So let me just go quickly over the agenda. I only have like 6 or 7 slides, so you guys are going to get off early tonight. But here's our agenda. I'm just going to cover briefly what is a B.A.I.L, how can the B.A.I.L network help you, building a B.A.I.L, and then there are references at the end of this presentation that you can take a look at. There's actually some articles, so that might be helpful to you. But I'm hoping that we'll have this discussion tonight, and then I hope you know that you can always reach out to me afterwards with any questions. And one of the things I was thinking about listening to this huge list of businesses is I really hope that you will also network with each other, because just listening, there's definitely some cross-pollination that can happen here for mutual success. So I'm excited to hear about that. And I'd also be happy to further connect you with others that I'm working with. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. So let's talk about B.A.I.L. So what is a B.A.I.L network? So if you talk to a Texas Veterans Commission consultant from the VEP team, we're going to advise you that you build a network that includes a banker, an accountant, an insurance agent, and a lawyer. And we call it the B.A.I.L network simply because we love our acronyms, but it's really essential to your success. And the reason we say that is, there is administrative discipline that goes into running a business. There's also compliance. And as the business owner, you can't be an expert at everything. So bringing together a network of people who are going to help you run your business, especially now that you're launching, or you may not have any employees, or there's, definitely some ramp up time, you want to, bring people, you want to seek people out who are going to help you. And I just think it's really important. Now, I know it might be a little bit painful going, but we really believe that it's essential to have these 4 people in your life. And so this slide just kind of shows high level what you are familiar with already, what these folks can do for you, but we're going to drill down a little bit further, okay? So I think I kind of already mentioned to you, you want administrative discipline, you want compliance, you can't do it all. And when you do it, you want it to be right? So that's why, a B.A.I.L network will help your business, and it can also help your business in other ways too, by expanding your network for sure. And they also might have, these 4 individuals or organizations may also have expertise that they can also link you up with other potential clients, for example, or customers. So there's really a lot of value there. And I hope that you'll seriously consider it. So let's talk about bankers. Okay. So let me just go run through all of these. So all of you probably know, if you haven't already, that establishing a relationship with a banker, you should do that before you need a banker. Okay. That's what we promote. That's what we recommend. So when it comes time, when there is time, let's say you want to expand your business and you need funding, or you need one of these other areas of assistance like cash flow. For example, if your accounts receivable is not matching up with your accounts payable, and you can't exactly get the cash flow, correctly flowing, a banker can help you with that. And that's some of the things that you could be asking them when you approach them, which, by the way, I just want to say, I do have a handout that Donalisa is going to provide after this presentation with a list of questions to ask, the banker, the attorneys, the accountant, the insurance folks, and the lawyer. So when you leave here tonight, you'll at least have some questions, a little worksheet that you can reach out to folks and ask them confidently, what value do they bring to your business? But anyway, on the banker side, our experience has been that traditional banks don't lend to startups. And we've had bankers tell us that. So when you approach us, if you are looking at funding, we will generally start with a CDFI, which is a community development funding institution like People Fund or Lift Fund. And some of you probably already know this, but I just want to quickly mention that. And that's because they are in the community, they are a nonprofit, and they're really trying to build small business, and they have more flexibility in which to do so. And lots of times they do include an educational component. The CDFI's job is to, quote, graduate you to a traditional bank if you decide to expand, because there might be more help, larger funding, SBA-backed opportunities or funding opportunities. So really, that's kind of the ecosystem that we advance when we're talking to our veteran owners. So I just want you to think about that. But over here on the slide, you can see some of the ways a bank can help you. Now, you probably already have a bank established, hopefully for your business. You obviously have one for your personal situation, your personal funds. But we always recommend too that you, at some point, establish a business checking account if you haven't already. And to separate your personal assets from your business assets. And I'm sure that Tracy's team and company are going to probably cover that in detail. but it's just really essential to have a banker or some kind of lender in your life to help you before you need it. And then again here, also a network of relationships. I don't think you can underscore the importance of their network, whether that be at the Chamber of Commerce, in your local community, other organizations. For example, I had a veteran business owner from California contact me on LinkedIn. He needs to expand, but he was contacting me to find out how what banks or funding institutions could help him. So I sent him, which was bizarre since we're in Texas, but I was able to help him by sending him a CDFI that's part of the LLC, the Veteran LLC network that also covers California. And also Wallace Bank in Houston also lends to California and to Oklahoma. So I was able to provide him with that information. So, now those banking institutions may have another network within the state that he can work with. But that's just a small example of getting to know these professionals is really going to help your business. Okay. Oh, knowledge advisor. I think we know that, right? Banking and tax goals, that's another thing you can talk to them about. Okay. So I'm going to pull this up here so you can take a look at it. But I did meet Brian Silver through the Texas Women's University. And let me tell you, since I have worked with him, I have picked his brain a lot. Anyway, but I'm sure you know that you have to have an accountant. We recommend that. Even if you have a bookkeeper now, the bookkeeper can be keeping the books quarterly, but at least on what your books or what your activities are, whether it be QuickBooks or whatever software you might be using, to the accountant quarterly to look at. And then they are also a huge wealth of knowledge to help you make decisions on, payroll taxes. And they have lots of, they have the software to help you automate that process, and they can give you guidance, and they can also help you again with the cash flow, with accounts receivable and the accounts payable. So I just think that you should I hope that you would consider getting an accountant. Now, these are also small business people, and yes, they need to be paid, but many of them have been very generous with their time with us at TBC. So we try to, share all the information that they give us. They've done classes for us, free classes, obviously, for all of our veteran community. And I just want to let you know that even though it might be painful to write a check to, for their expertise, you really need to do that. Again, going back to our first point about having administrative compliance and even tax compliance, or to get you ready for all the tax requirements that you might have in your business. We get lots of questions about that. And, at TBC, we're happy to direct you to others. We never give these professionals your contact information. We give you their information, and we leave it up to you to contact the accountants and the lawyers, et cetera. It's really a responsibility as an owner. And I am sure that you're already doing that. But if you have any questions, always let us know. Brian was also very instrumental in this particular case. I'm using him as an example in one of our Success in 60 Minutes webinars, because an accountant can also help advise how you decide to form your business. So some of you might be sole proprietors, some of you might be LLCs, some of you might be corporations. So at each level, the accountant can help you decide about what activities that you need to take to protect your business, separate your business assets, and also, again, with employees and payroll. I mean, I see that that's being very significant, and they will help you too, if you needed to, make recommendations on business formation. So just FYI on that. Let me take a look at this list. Of course, if you get audited, it's fabulous if you have, an accountant who can help you, who can have your back on this. Another thing too, I failed to mention was on the franchise. So oftentimes we're contacted by veterans who wish to either buy or sell a business. Now, when that happens, as you probably know, the business that needs to be purchased or sold, there has to be an evaluation done. That is not cheap. Generally speaking, it's about $2,000 or $3,000 to get a valuation done if you're going through a banking institution. Now, if you're going to do a big transaction like that, there are accountants are involved. They're going to look over your books very, carefully. So the person who's going to buy it obviously is also protected, and you're protected as well. So that is the other reason why that in what we've seen, when it comes time for buying and selling or exiting a business, you definitely need the assistance of an accountant to make sure that your books are straight. And I'm not sure if there's going to be additional classes on that, through this course, but I'm happy to discuss it further with you if you'd like. I think I mentioned these two, prepare your business plan. Okay. The only thing about the business plan, of course, if you're going to be trying to get funding, the business plan is obviously, or the lender is going to require that you have some projections available to you. Even if you have to swag it, you need to come up with, what would be a realistic, projection for the first year, if you go further than that, maybe 2, depending on the amount of money that you're looking at. The accountant can also help you with those projections based on your current cash flow or what you anticipate will be your sales moving forward. So I think that there's just value there in making your accountant your friend, and at least checking with them at least quarterly if you can. Now, last thing I'll say about this is the accountants also will do much of the heavy lifting if you decide to do payroll and that kind of thing too. They are automating all those processes. Another thing that dawned on me when I was looking at some of their websites is that when you look at all of their services or the types of companies they serve, they do have a lot of depth. So one of the questions I think that's on the worksheet you'll get at the end, or the check sheet, it just asks, do you have any specialties? And these are some of the considerations that you want to talk about when you're looking at a bank or an accountant. So take a look at that, and I think it'll help become more clear. Okay. Oh, I already mentioned that. Okay. So insurance agents, because I've seen everything. Oh, that's cute. Okay. This is, all right. Now, back, sorry. Okay. So we also highly recommend that you talk to an insurance agent just to cover yourself. Now, this can be for a variety of reasons, depending if you have a brick and mortar, if you're working out of your home, if you're delivering services. You should definitely be looking or reach out to an insurance agent to get some ideas about professional liability insurance. That would be errors or omissions insurance, for example. Generally, what happens is they will ask you what kind of business that you are in, what kind of clients that you have, and they will go through and ask you a series of questions so they can better identify the risks that your business may have by virtue of the industry that it is in. And this, these are some things that you may not actually think about, but really that's their job to do that, is to come up with some of these questions to make sure that they're identifying policies that are going to help you should you need it. So a couple things, like for example, if you're in a brick and mortar, you may need general liability insurance. For example, if somebody walks through the door and trips and falls, right? But you may not have clients coming to your house for your business, but in that case, you may need to have E&O or professional liability insurance there. And those are the things that insurance agent is going to help you with. Of course, you can probably potentially roll it up with whomever you're working with now that's covering your home and auto, depending on who that is. But I think that there is value in reaching out to an insurance agent to get an idea what things cost, what the coverages are, because again, this is an expense to the business and you need to have that annotated. So I've kind of listed them here. And we've kind of talked about those. One of the things I was told recently was the business interruption insurance. So with this last problem we had with in February with the snow, I was also affected, and my home was anyway, but a lot of businesses were affected too. So is there insurance to help cover the business interruption? So if the office became flooded or the store became flooded, is there insurance available to help offset those costs, all your downtime, lost time, pay employees, situation with, the damage to the building, et cetera. So these are all real considerations that you may not be thinking about right now, but you should consider. And, if maybe you could put together a plan that, hey, at the end of this month or at the end of the first quarter, I'm going to make sure I connect with this person and learn a little bit more about what to expect, what the costs are, what the premiums are, what my coverages are, and how much risk do I actually have. So hopefully this list, I know that you're going to get the slide deck afterwards, will be helpful to you when you are trying to reach out to an insurance agent If you don't have one, on that list, I also mentioned, I specifically decided that everybody who responded to me, the bankers, the accountants, the insurance and the lawyers who responded to me, I actually put their contact information in there because they're helping me by helping you. They took the time to send me questions, that every small business owner should be asking them to make it a better experience for you. So I decided to put their contact information on there should you want to reach out to them to gain more information. Okay. Okay. And then 2 lawyers walking around, funny. Okay. All right. So, sorry about that. Now, 2 lawyers walk into a bar. I have to tell you a kind of a funny story about this. My daughter is in college. She decided she got an internship. She comes back to the house with a 1099 and says, "Mom, I got the internship. They want me to be a contract employee." She's in college, and she hands me this 1099, which is 6 pages long. Okay. And I'm thinking this is a little strange. It was for a college internship, but I read through it. I'm a little concerned. I send it to a lawyer that we know. The lawyer comes back, and I was shocked, like in 45 minutes, and said, "Christina, 90% of this document cannot be enforced." So this tells me 2 things. One, that perhaps that the business owner went up to the internet and pulled down a template, which is not exactly wrong, except if you're going to do that, you need to have a lawyer look at it. But they thought maybe this is a document, it looks good, I've read through it. Yeah, it's probably broad enough to cover anything that I might need. But the last thing you want to do is put your name on something that's not accurate, or it's not going to protect your business. Nor, in this particular case with my daughter, I mean, she didn't know any better, obviously, but she learned very quickly that we're just not going to sign a document because the owner of the company tells us to. So I'm just, using that as an example where it didn't bode well for the business either. So you need to reach out to a lawyer, someone who can review the documentation, who already knows employment laws, who knows contract review, who can do a contract review for you, because you don't want to be signing anything, nor do you want to put anything out under your name that's not accurate. So I really would hope that you would do that. Of course, the lawyer can also help you with, and they've helped us too, with our articles, our operational agreements, any articles that you may need written up. For example, when you become the LLC, you have an operational agreement. Sometimes the bank will require an operational agreement from the organization if you decide to establish a business banking account. And so we had a lawyer do ours, and she gave us all this content, but also obviously embedded our information into that, how we're managed, how much money we put into the business. So anytime we need to show those documents, we have them ready and they are accurate. Case in point, if you want to do government contracting, apply for a government certification, they may be asking you for an operational agreement to make sure that your company is legitimately set up, how you are funded, understand partners, silent partners, all of that really matters. And so we do also recommend that you reach out to a lawyer, attorney, to make sure that these documents are drafted accurately with your protection in mind. And so I think that that's probably the most important thing. Of course, the lawyer can also do easier things, like, for example, or hopefully that you could also form your own LLC through the Secretary of State's office. We can help you with that. You don't necessarily need to hire a lawyer to do that. But some of these other things are really important, that you want to make sure that your operational agreement, articles of incorporation, any other policies, at least could be reviewed or created by the lawyer, because they have so much experience in doing that, right? And some of the lawyers who do the contract review, they're not going to be litigators, like they're not going to go to court, but these are what they would call transactional lawyers. And you can reach out to those to help you with this contract review, and that's what they do. I also just want to throw out too, you can also find sometimes small business development centers work with attorneys who are doing free classes. If you need to find an attorney in your area, that'd be another place to go to try to find one. Or of course, you could always reach out to us. We can recommend, or this whole network of women vets here that may already have a friend, a relative, et cetera, who is also a lawyer, who has a specific, expertise that you might need. So I hope that you'll also look to each other as a tremendous resource. So that's what the B.A.I.L stands for. We really hope that you will consider doing that. I can definitely take some questions. I'm going to minimize this in just a minute, but I did want to show that we do have these references here. When you get a presentation, you can go take a look at the article. We're happy to set up a one-on-one conference call with you, talk to you about things further. I just think that, you've won this grant. And I'm just so excited for all of you that I just want it to be a good launch to your success. And we all believe that the B.A.I.L network helps you do that. You really just want to take care of yourself, your family. I mean, you are your business. And we want to make sure that you take care of yourself and you protect yourself. So for sure, we want you to do that. Let us know if we can help you further. And then also, here's our contact information. I don't know if you can see that. But I will make sure that I put my contact information in the chat. But you can also email us. That's our email down there, vep@tvc.texas.gov, and we'll also route you directly to the veteran consultant who's in your area. You'll be automatically routed to wherever you are, to that person who can help you. So Tracy, I'm going to minimize this now, and then I'm happy to take questions or comments or anything like that. Oh, look at all your faces. Hi, y'all.
They're all watching you.
I know. I felt bad because during that presentation, I couldn't see you guys. So anyway, good to see you all.
Great. Does anybody have any questions for Christina? I saw Lisa's hand up first. If you want to go, Lisa.
Hey, I'm Lisa Bass, and I'll be linking LinkedIn you or whatever that is.
Or you can reach out to email, but yeah, LinkedIn I'm on too. That's fine.
Okay, so when you were talking about the insurance agent, you mentioned error or omission. Can you explain that policy or what that even is about?
Yeah, so for example, if you were a business that put together conferences or meetings or something where you're delivering a service and something happens, the place is canceled, I don't know if you could say act of God or something like that. The error and omissions, it's E&O. Liability insurance is available, again, depending on your type of business. So when you talk to the insurance agent, they're going to ask you, what does your business do? Are you a product? Are you a service? They've also asked, are you doing government contracting? Or how many clients do you have? What's your biggest client? They want to know all this information. So depending on what kind of business you have, you might have E&O. Otherwise, you maybe just have like a general liability. For example, if your products were destroyed or they were stolen or something like that, or there was some kind of loss. I can't imagine, well, in your particular case, I'm not really sure, but maybe if a product hurt a client or hurt a customer, you would have to be protected from that. I can't imagine that happening to you, but I mean, those are probably some other considerations. So that's why when you contact them, they're going to ask you, go through probably a little litany of questions, 5 or 6, to see exactly what kind of business you have, so they could, come up with, what makes sense for your business in terms of insurance.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I think there was, Leslie. Hey, Leslie. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed. I see Leslie's hand. I don't know if there's somebody else. Okay.
Excuse me. Hi.
Hi.
I know this ranges widely between providers, between different things, but particularly with legal and CPAs.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like I'm going to get taken. Is there like a ballpark range of fees that, they're charging you this much, that is ridiculous, go away? Because I know nothing about any of that.
Well, that's a good question. It's funny you should say that. So in the example that I shared with my daughter, I was kind of shocked that she came back so quickly. She did charge me $150, okay? And I had paid credit card into her system to do the articles of incorporation for the documents that were generated, which was the operational agreement. I forgot maybe there might have been 2 documents. Anyway, I was a little bit shocked, but it was $1,200. Okay. Now some lawyers may also go up to like 2,000. So in most cases, and I probably should have mentioned this, folks, most people will give you a 30-minute complimentary consult for the purposes of to make sure that they can help you if because some of them have specialties like all different kinds of specialties. So if you're not in their specialty, they're going to say, hey, I can't help you, but here's a lawyer who can. So I would say to get formed, my personal experience has been, and the money we have paid has been between like $150 for that immediate review of a document. And if you have them create the document, it's going to be probably $1,200. Now, I've also heard $2,000 quoted for some of these initial documents. Like, for example, if you get a packet, if you have them do the LLC formation and you make sure everything's squared away with the Secretary of State and the Comptroller, and then they do your other document, the operational agreement. So you could say safely between 1,000 and 2,000. And I know that you probably cringe at that thought right now as a new business, but you can maybe plan it out, and you could ask them that. Say, hey, this is $2,000, but could we do monthly? Could we do quarterly till I get on my feet, etc. So they may come up with some kind of payment plan for you, but that's what I would expect is realistic. I don't know. Do the folks at TWU have a different thought on that?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it varies per hour. We were going to say that I was going to say the same. Most will do a 30-minute consultation, but we have the A&M Law School in Fort Worth. They help with some things. SMU Law School, Dallas Bar, Texas Bar Association, the Dallas Bar often has a free evening or two for business issues where you can go in and talk with a lawyer. But again, many of them, especially if they are ever speaking, they will offer. We even have one who speaks for our Start Her grant, and he says he will talk with someone for 30 minutes. And sometimes that may be all you need.
And there's one more too. I wanted to say that there are also some veterans attorneys who will also give you a 10% discount for being a veteran. Now that may not be a lot, but they do recognize veterans, and oftentimes they will, in fact, provide a discount for you. So just another thing to think about. Okay, Erica.
Hi. So I want to talk about bankers. I've been banking, my business banking account has been with Navy Federal Credit Union for the last 4 years. And so I found that because the business section doesn't have any in-person, so it's really hard to make a relationship with them. So I'm finding to get this loan that I'm going for, I'm needing to make a relationship with other bankers. I'm looking for money now, and now I'm needing to do a relationship. So doing everything you told me not to do, but I was wondering if maybe you had some pointers on in Dallas area, like banks, small banks, maybe I should go to for looking at for getting a loan.
Yeah. So I did get good feedback on BBVA. Okay, so let's look at what's happened in the last year. So when PPP and EIDL came, it was all craziness, right? But during that time, as you know, many people had to go get loans, or they were already in established businesses, et cetera. So a lot of small banks did help out for the pipeline of veteran-owned businesses who were stuck. So in that process, we did reach out, and we found that Wells Fargo has and I know they've gotten bad situation too recently, but they do have a program for veterans. BBVA also does, as well as, BBVA, a person from BBVA called me personally to thank me for sending a veteran to her. And I was shocked, okay? I didn't know this person. I mean, I knew the vet, but I didn't know the person. So she took the time to call me. She was in DFW. BBVA also still has a lot of sites, and they still have people working in the bank, so you can sit down and talk to somebody. So that might be one. And then I want to say, I think it's Capital One that also has a veteran program. I don't know, Tracy or Donalisa, do you have any other recommendations in the DFW? I mean, I think Legacy Bank is another one where there's, they had a big push for small business, but also BBVA does have a push for small business too. I might be able to have a list of names.
Are you saying BBVA or is that 3 B's?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. B as in Bravo, B as in Bravo, V as in Victor, A as in Alpha. Yeah, BBVA. They have, you know, a lot of banking institutions. I mean, physical brick and mortar around. I don't know if anyone's gone to Capital One or anything like that lately. I don't know. Do you have any recommendations, TWU? Or if you don't, that's okay.
Well, we have some different ones, but sometimes too, sometimes a smaller bank can serve you well as well. I mean, we have a lot that have been really happy with Point Bank and some of the smaller ones that are around in different areas, because I think what happened with a lot PPP and and the EIDL when they were going to these, they had so many people that they couldn't get to everyone. So that's why I feel it's just smaller or a large bank. Just have that relationship. It matters.
Yeah. The last thing I wanted to say, Erica, to your point was, I don't know if you're familiar with People Fund, but the CDFIs have a really good program for women-owned businesses and veteran-owned businesses that they can, their funding vehicles or their loan products have a 5% rate for vets and women-owned, which is unheard of. If you go to these other places, it might be 12 points. If you're doing it on a credit card, who knows how much you're paying? So it's might be even more cost effective to try the CDFI. They're interested in helping veteran-owned businesses, and generally what they require is 15% owner equity in the business, which obviously doesn't sound like a problem for you since you're already established. So 15% owner equity, obviously, in cash, equipment, any other assets, and then you probably could show them some financials. But they're very open now since the end of PPP. Everything that they have is now in underwriting, so now they'll be able to get back to regular lending. And they also have all SBA-backed loans for, I think, anything over 50K. If you need less than 50K, they have a couple, and I'm sorry, I'm going down this, but further detail, but it might be helpful. They also have the Flash Funds program where you can get $25,000 in less than 5 days, depending, and you just have to, you know, come up with the documentation. So I would still check with the CDFI too. And the only thing that they can't do is a line of credit. They only give lines of credit to nonprofits. So that's the only difference really that CDFI can't really do. And the banks, I guess, are a little bit sketch. So
if I'm
I don't mean sketch, but I mean, they're not going to.
Yeah. So if I'm trying to decide like what's the best for me, like if I'm wanting a business, I mean, an equipment loan and a line of credit, or if I'm wanting to have two different loans, banks well, I guess that's a whole nother subject. I will not, I'm sorry. Too much.
It's okay. But we can certainly talk about that offline,
Okay.
make some recommendations, and can also do a virtual intro to you if you want to have. So this is what we normally do. If someone comes to us and is looking for funding, we try to do a warm introduction to someone for you to have a 15-minute informational call. Is this something you do? How will this help me? What documents are required? So you leave understanding this is, you know, my part of the heavy lifting we have to do, and then what they're going to expect in order to sit down with you. So, I mean, I'm happy to have that conversation so we don't have to go in too much further detail for you personally, but I'm happy to do that and connect with you and help you get connected to others.
Thank you.
I was
Any
just going
more
to add to Lift
questions?
Fund is another one local,
Yes.
Erica.
Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that. Yes, Lift Fund. Well, Lift Fund also has a women's business center too, I think, who's kind
Right,
of
in
facilitates
Dallas,
that.
right. But they start as low as $500. I was speaking with someone there because sometimes people are Mary Kay agents, or sometimes you just need that little bit, and they really work with you to get you a loan.
So I have talked to them, but I was told I have to be denied by a bank first because I'm wanting too much money.
Really? Wow. Okay.
So I got to do that first and then maybe go back, but.
Interesting. Okay. Well, it's good you're getting this information. This is a perfect
See,
example.
do you remember
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Do you remember who Nancy St. Jacob, which bank she worked for that did our, my banker, she's my
She
bank.
is BB&T.
She did.
I think we lost Donna Lisa.
Okay. Oh, there she is. Yeah. Well, okay.
Here.
Anyway, again, I did send that checklist with some information I hope will be helpful to you, to some of the questions to ask a banker, et cetera. So let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Feel free to send me a personal email. I guess I should put my email somewhere here. I think I lost the chat, but I will find it. Or maybe, you know, Tracy, I know you have it. I'm happy to help you, and I'll also redirect you to anyone, either resources we have or to other business consultants.
And we can send all of that with the video. We can see you, Donna Lisa. Your sound just went crazy though.
Oh, is this better?
Yes, you're clear now.
Okay.
It's Zoom. Okay, well, Christina, thank you so much. That was wonderful. A lot of helpful and useful information. So everyone, thank you so much for, did anyone else? I didn't see any more questions. Christina, did you have one? Okay.
I just have a comment. I'm a part of the DFW Veterans Chamber of Commerce, and we actually have a banker for a smaller bank that specializes in veteran loans. So, you know, if anybody's interested, you can email me at christine@doubledotpublishing.com, and I will send you the link to our Zoom meetings on Friday morning at 7:30. And then maybe you guys can connect that way.
Wonderful. That's great. Again, the whole network thing is right here might help you out, be faster, and if a good referral, right? That's great.
Thank you. Nancy, did you have a question or were you waving?
Oh, I have a question, please. My question is about accountants. And I'm very new, but I do want to make sure that my filings are correct. And I established my accounting records correctly from the beginning. I don't want to redo it again. But in interviewing several accountants, I realized that my business is rather unique, and not many people understand that I am not teaching other people how to sew. I'm not a machine fabricator. I'm sewing things.
Yeah, you're producing, yeah.
And I'm wondering if you have a list of accountants who might have that kind of a background.
Well, I provided one on the sheet.
Okay.
That was Brian Silver. I have a couple other accountants I can ask and see if they can make Lisa Barksley is one, but I can give you her contact information, or if you send me a quick email, I'll make sure, because you also have to make sure that they are accepting new clients. That's the other thing. But yeah, I could definitely find probably 2 or 3 and see if you could vet them and see if they're satisfactory for you.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, sure. You're sewing, right? You're doing the curtains and the everything.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I am. It's more like a manufacturing.
Yeah.
When I was establishing, I had to find out what my labor code was. And there's so few businesses like mine that it's a very difficult one to find that number too. But I did find it.
Like textile, okay. All right, for sure. I'm happy to do that. Made a note. It's Nancy, right? Let me look at your name. Nancy. Okay. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I'll do that.
Great. Well, thank you so much. That was great information and such valuable information everybody really needs to know. Always good to see you, Christina, and we appreciate you being here tonight. Donna Lisa, have you got anything?
Yes. So just again, I want to review. You're being sent the Zoom link for the weekly meeting inside of a calendar invite from Google. So if you're not getting them, please email me. I've gotten a lot of people that have said I didn't get it, or so please email me. Here's my email in the chat. Each week we have a new link, and I put the information about who's speaking and what we're speaking about inside of that. So if you're not getting those, please send me an email, let me know. We may be sending them to the wrong email address. So.
Great. Okay, great. Well, thank you everyone for being here tonight. And again, we're so excited for all of you as well. So it was nice to hear from everyone tonight. So everybody have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, Christina.
Bye, everybody. Thanks. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tracy, you have to stop the recording. I gave you the